Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. Just a word of warning, I am still sick, but I'm feeling a lot better. The stream may not be terribly long tonight, but we're going to get some streaming done. Everything this way. I see a Miranda, and looks like I found the lab almost immediately.
Look at this place. It's beautiful, isn't it? Mesmerizing. That's how it lures you in, I think. You see all these beautiful things and your imagination starts working overtime. And the puzzles, the towers, the mysterious apparitions, it all draws you further in, deeper into the trap. What if that's the whole point of this place? What if every time you have one of those visions, another little bit of you is corrupted, overwritten with the hubris of this place? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to suggest you were, whatever it is I'm trying to say. I guess I'm just disappointed in myself. Byron needs me. You all need me to do my job, and I can't even use a terminal. If this is all really the work of the founder, I don't know, maybe she lost her way. Or maybe we're just not ready. But once we find Byron, I suggest we get the hell out of here and never come back.
I feel sorry for Alcatraz. That's gonna overload me. Dear Founder, everything has gotten so much worse since you left. We keep pursuing the goal, but our lives are getting less happy. When the weather is dry and the dam runs low, there's nothing to do in the whole city. Things don't get fixed anymore. We even had to dismantle the cinema. I know it was frivolous and pointless when we could just watch video files, but it was fun to go watch movies together like people used to. I believe in your wisdom, Founder. I believe we have to avoid hurting the planet like our ancestors did. But I don't know if the mayor is doing what you would have wanted. Isn't there another way of reaching the goal? Please, I know you left for a reason, but I don't think we can go on this way. 5358, 5358, 5358. You've made quite the catalog of horrors, Stratton. Children dying in their mother's arms, cities perishing by the plague, and even animals living without peace or happiness. Why must we listen to them? You know I have just eaten a heavy dinner. Because these things, which are ugly, must be confronted for us to reach the truth. You spoke of justice earlier, Amyntas. But are these things just? They are not. Then you must admit the universe itself is not just. If the gods exist, 34. Oh, it's a footnote. Then they do not bend the world to their will. Rather, the universe proceeds as a machine, following its rules. Justice and virtue are human inventions. Are you saying justice and virtue are therefore illusory and should be abandoned? The opposite, my friend. It is mankind alone that can impose these values upon the machine. It is unclear whether Stratton believed in the gods or used them solely as metaphor. His work on the deities is no longer extant. Tantalizingly, Diogenes Laertius mentions that it caused a fistfight in the Lyceum. I thought what made us human was that we searched for meaning. Perhaps a better way of thinking about it is that we create meaning. Bunch of gibberish. Although I do wonder if this is encoded in some way. Alright, time to overload ourselves. The number keeps going higher, too.
Our ancestors kept telling themselves that the brevity of their lives didn't matter. But they had so little time to ever really think about anything. I've spent several human lifetimes studying this mystery, and only now am I beginning to see. The simulation was built on top of material reality, unable to escape its constraints. In the same way, physics as we understand it, even quantum physics, is built on top of a deeper reality. A set of rules that define existence itself. There is a universal language of creation, and I think we can learn it.
The language of creation. What were they doing here? And how far did they get?
I can't answer that, but I think I fixed the tetromino bridge, machine, ring thing. I say I think because it's not in the schematics. And what I'm doing is hack work at best. Try it and see if it works.
Beloved Founder, years have passed and still there is nothing but silence. Have we sinned? Have you abandoned us for our arrogance, our greed? Some of the others continue to build. I told them not to, but they don't listen to me. Byron is the worst. He disrespects you constantly, spreading lies, and please know that there are those who remain faithful, who respect the limits you set and seek wisdom and humility as you taught. We may win the next election. Perhaps then you will return? Praise your name. Thecla, 862. Founder, although I was born in the early days of New Jerusalem, I never knew you well. This is not your fault. I became so focused on improving the dam that I didn't develop much in the way of social relationships, except perhaps with Melville. That doesn't mean I was unhappy. I was in fact extremely content. I like to solve complex problems and quiet. That's who I am. But now, the pleasure I used to get out of my work has faded. I may not need a lot of company, but I want my work to be meaningful, to contribute. It does not feel like that anymore. And when I suggest new projects, the mayor acts like I've committed a crime, like I should be ashamed. I do not like this. I do not care about social issues, debates. I do not want to get involved. I just want to be able to keep working on making things better. Please, fix this situation. Thank you. Trebuchet, 216. The list of people condemned for advocating new ideas is long and depressing. Ignaz Semmelweis, utterly destroyed for suggesting doctors wash their hands. Ludwig Boltzmann, ridiculed for suggesting the existence of atoms. Robert H. Goddard, mocked for arguing that a rocket could reach the moon. Al-Razi, attacked for questioning the existence of humors, Barbara McClintock's discovery of transposition ignored for years. The list goes on. And we haven't even touched on what happens to those who suggest political rather than scientific improvement. Even when they succeed, they often still pay with their lives. These days, the idea of progress is frequently derided as yet another narrative, identified with the establishment by critics who curiously portray themselves as rebels. But the truth is that every step forward that humanity has ever taken by C. 5358 enormous personal cost, has cost enormous personal cost. That means it's even more important to stand up for the truth because so many others have already sacrificed themselves for it. It does. But what is the right way of doing it? Many died for the truth without accomplishing anything. Maybe we just have to do what's right and trust the universe. There's going to be some gravity-based puzzles on this place, if that's any reflection. There was a Miranda.
Father, I updated the Noema algorithm. It's working twice as fast now, and I think I can increase matter output by 25% if I tweak the modulator a little. I'm so excited!
Nice to meet you. So excited. I'm Cornelius.
What? Oh, Dad! This is science!
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for the right moment.
Cornelius understood dad jokes. We have a 4x4 grid. I don't know what buttons need to be pushed yet, so I'm not going to push any of them. Hey now, I didn't fall in the water. I got bumped. We have got to work on our waterproofing, guys. Hey, Melville, do you have anything down in your tool purse called Flex Seal? I can use a couple of cans of that. That picks me right up.
Yes. Now, I suspect Byron is still logged in, and his presence has thrown everything out of whack. Entire subsystems are locked down, and everything that depends on those subsystems is disrupted. There was a short burst of noise on the frequency we used to communicate, but that could have been anything. He taught me a lot when I was young. Nowadays, people just know him as the museum curator, but back then, he was closely involved with every engineering project, and he was brilliant. When he encountered a problem, he'd always remain calm and keep working at it until he found a solution. I wish I could be that patient. If I had to guess, I'd say so that Cornelius could still go back for anything they needed. He was always leaving on expeditions anyway, looking for materials for his projects.
The question of our relationship with nature has bedeviled us since the earliest days of our species. Since before the first city was built, we felt that there was something different about it. Animals, we intuited, were part of nature. We were not. But of course, humans clearly are the products. Our history intertwined with that of every other species. In fact, the very notion of the unnatural is a contradiction in terms. Everything that exists must by definition be natural. So this view, no matter how common, is deeply paradoxical. This paradox has produced a great deal of confusion. Some proclaim us chosen by a divine power, set above all other creatures, and are justly accused of arrogance. Others proclaim us sinners, worse than other creatures, and are rightly accused of misanthropy. Others yet try to oppose this binary by saying that we are merely animals after all. But that too is manifestly wrong, and that no other animal is capable of having this conversation. It is in the contentious issue of our impact on the ecosphere that an answer may be found. Other animals have accidentally terraformed the planet before, driving other species to extinction. This is not unnatural. If we continue our current path, even the point of changing the climate enough to cause the collapse of civilization, that would be entirely in keeping with how animals behave. But there is one profound way in which we are not like animals. We can learn to understand ourselves and the world. It is this knowledge that makes us fundamentally different. We have choices. We have control. There are many today who are afraid of consequences, control, and would prefer a return to a state of animal ignorance, whether by blinding ourselves to the impact of our actions or by demanding we humble ourselves before nature. This is the response of an adult in crisis, who wishes for the return to childhood. But this can only be regressive in every sense of the word. To resolve the paradox of nature, we must act as adults, accept our power, and act consciously and deliberately in shaping the world. We must become nature, and nature must become human. This is the heart of the matter, lifting up the world rather than lowering ourselves. But why do so many people so badly want to lower themselves? Do they want to? Or is it simply a convenient pose to strike? We upgraded the lab with my new designs. Synthesizing some of the pieces took longer than expected. We have some bugs to iron out when it comes to complex structures, but it worked. Now the labs are safer and prettier, although Father says they look too much like spaceships. I don't see it, do you? AFK for just a second. Alright. What you got for me, Trevor?
Today, we were delighted to be visited by a bunch of protesters, these voluntary extinction weirdos who think we're creating soulless monstrosities that will destroy the planet. They broke into the facility and started yelling at everyone. Fun, 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 right? Then one of them lunged at Alex. Big mistake. Chernyshevsky grabbed the guy and literally threw him across the room. I mean, almost threw him all the way off the dam. After that, the rest of them had a change of heart. Now, I'm telling you this because mostly it is not like that. But these people do exist. And somewhere in their shriveled little souls, they think that they're doing the right thing. They think they're being righteous. Now, to me, what Alex is trying to do is an obvious good. But that's not the same for everyone.
Let's go ahead and do the triangle puzzle while we're here. Aerial work. Okay, we got some. I guess we're going to be fans. We have a teleporter. Okay. That didn't help a whole lot. Ah. Is there another teleporter somewhere? Okay, that worked. Now the question is that enough? I just need these 2 boxes. Evening, Kyle. Not bad. Right, now put that. That goes up there. What about put this block in the path? Is it? Okay, it goes up there. Is that high enough? No. That just gets me back up here, which is not close enough. So, what do I need? Another block somewhere? I did not. Everything over here. Teleporter first. Got the fan. Teleport. Stick the fan there. Pushes me against the wall, but I don't really do a whole lot. This, I put this here. Where does that go? Goes over there somewhere. Help me. Don't really see how that helped me. I had some fried fish and a sandwich. Anything else over here? I'm just about to sneeze. Must be a mechanic in this puzzle that I haven't solved. Going in there is something I could do, but I don't see how it would help me. What if we just drop the teleporter here and launch it or something? Okay, just drop straight on. Oh. I have an idea. I think I know how to do this now. Ah, have a fish allergy? This up here. No, I can't. jump over here. I just climbed all the blocks. I'm missing my jump. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not fun. I recommend you don't eat fish. Apparently only pick up one of these. One of them's all I need to pick up. That's... Actually, I didn't even need to turn that back on. Teleport straight to here. Set that down. Now I can just jump up. There we go. Puzzle solved. I just jumped in the water. Don't jump in the water when you're a robot. Luckily, the puzzle stays solved. That appears to be an old van. A vehicle known as a van. That is correct. That is exactly what it is. Because at this point, why not? Okay. There's puzzle number 6, which I guess we might as well just go ahead and solve while we're here. Translocator. Okay. Can't get back to that. Oh, that lifted this one. Huh. That one was both. Only the one platform. Raises both of those, which doesn't help us at all. Can't jump over. Can't teleport through barriers, can I? Oh, there we go. There's how we do it. That will get us out. Same procedure. That. Now we bring the block down here. Oh. Now we're ready to block up here. Teleporter has to go over here. Block, stand on the pad, teleport, teleport. I think I can just jump up here. That one wasn't too bad.
I've decoded another file from the data stream. Listen to this.
Mother and Father think of our discoveries as a language, a code. But I think they're wrong. They're so caught up in the technical details of running the experiments and upgrading the machine that they're not paying attention to the patterns we're finding, to the symmetries, the harmonies, the melodies. The fundamental language of reality is a kind of music, and it's beautiful. Beauty is an inherent property of the cosmos.
I love the way she looks at things.
There we have a shrine. And this is just one of the... Find a spot where I can shoot a green beam. Okay, we've got a point right there. That's the spot where we're going to need to shoot the green beam. With that. Eventually we will find a spot where we can do that. Go up, or I can see what's over here in this little crevasse. It's like water to drown in. This is something I would prefer not to do, so loop back around and pretend that didn't happen. Go back up the hill. Die. Okay. Move this over here. I can still see it, so I can still teleport to it. Second teleport. There we go. Please post your thoughts on the expedition in this thread, and keep it civil. I think the powers that Athena has unlocked are world-changing, and it's our responsibility to use them to lessen suffering for all living things. We know, we heard your broadcast. I think we're being tested and Byron failed the test. What happened to Byron was an accident. Is there a difference, ultimately? Yes, there is. No one's actually seen Athena or Cornelius or Miranda at the megastructure. They could all still be aliens. I feel like we need to at least think about the potential of all these new technologies. Maybe the founder is trying to teach us how to use them. Why is everything malfunctioning on the island now? Because of Byron? He was still logged into the system. His presence may be destabilizing it somehow. Or it's Pandora. She seems to want to stop the team. I think it was 1K who suggested the entities might be a part of some kind of security system. Could it be that the system has gone rogue? I've read about virus detection software of ancient human computers behaving like that, misunderstanding what's a threat and what isn't. Interesting. The choice of Pandora as a symbol cannot be accidental, and the message is obvious. The megastructure is Pandora's box, and we should not open. We got Yakut. Hello, Yakut.
Listening to Miranda talk about beauty made me think. Okay, this might be super weird and kind of pretentious, but I honestly mean it. What is beauty? Like, where does it exist? Is it just in our minds? Or is there some objective component, something quantifiable? I always thought it was just perception, but if I understand her correctly, Miranda sees beauty as a property of the universe itself. Interesting. So the more humans there are, the more we spread across the world, the more beauty there is. But then, doesn't it follow that it's our duty as a species to grow? To make the universe more beautiful? That's a really powerful image. Beauty flowering in the universe as intelligence spreads. Thank you. I hope you're right. The southern part of the island is a natural desert, basically just due to the chemical composition of the soil. I haven't been able to work out why it's so warm, though. It could be a warm ocean current or something to do with the megastructure's thermal output. New Jerusalem doesn't have the kind of equipment I'd need to figure that out. I hope so. I understand why he was impatient, but he should have been more careful. Yeah, everyone knew Cornelius. After Eustathius retired, he was the only one left who was there since the beginning. Except I guess none of us really knew him after all. We all thought he was lost in the past, always studying the archive and the simulation. But he actually had all these secrets. And a daughter. Yeah, even after centuries, they can still surprise you. Mostly just made sure Pellegrino didn't mess up the VTOL. We only have a handful of them, and while they look cool on the outside, the truth is they're held together by gaffer tape and good intentions. There's a reason Melville's always complaining. When you put it like that, it seems hard to argue. More and more stuff isn't working anymore, and eventually there will be consequences. I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. I hope it's true. Okay, this may sound like a robot joke, but I love heavy metal, especially the more melodic kind. It's big, it's epic, it's full of emotion. You can really get lost in it. Actually, I named Bruce after Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden. They used to call him the air raid siren, which is also what my Bruce sounds like.
Let's see, did I leave anything behind over here? Yes. Okay, we've got a terminal over there. But I realized it was over. It was all really over for good. I decided to take one last trip to my favorite places before the symptoms got too much. I could never forgive what they did to Dicky. This incredible, wild, rugged place between mountain and sea. Pine trees all the way down to the water. The colors, the vistas, the sheer overwhelming beauty of it all. And they just built all over it. Hideous hotels, sprawling like tumors, obscene beach bars, blaring their awful music across the sea. Even in... I don't have any idea how to pronounce that. Pavoritripes? It was impossible not to hate humanity a little. The idea of all of it returning to nature, of the hotels gradually sinking back into the reed fields, was moving and beautiful. But then I went back to Thessaloniki, and for all the ugliness infected upon that city, the idea that people would no longer meet up beneath the Camara, or go for long ambling walks on the promenade, or for crepes on Latenia, Navarino, was unbearably sad. The idea of the rotunda just standing there, empty, after being a sacred place for so many centuries. It made me remember that it's not just the beaches and forests that are beautiful. That the cities can be more than just streets and noise. Cities can have history, personalities, mean something. Who am I writing this for? Do I believe there will be survivors after all? Do I think that crazy robot project I heard about will actually work out? Do I hope that aliens will come to our planet one day and wonder who we were? The truth is that I don't know. But there is something in the love we feel for the beautiful thing built. As much as in our revulsion towards unnecessary destruction that matters. Why didn't our ancestors understand that you could build in ways that make an area more beautiful instead of ruining it? Even if all they cared about was personal benefit, wouldn't that benefit them more? In the long run, yes. But people rarely think about the long-term consequences, especially if there is an incentive to act immediately. And most of them were unhappy with the results. Couldn't they see that it was within their control to act differently? Humans are problem solvers is a quote frequently associated with my friend Alexandra Drennan. It's become a meme on the internet, used both ironically and not through Alexandra, of course, is entirely earnest in her dedication to humanity. It's a great thought and vital to understanding our species. But it's also not entirely as simple as that. Take, for example, the recent extinction of the orangutan and the ensuing conversation about the dangers of unknown pathogens released by human activity. Most of us agree that the problem exists, and significantly most of us believe that something ought to be done about it. So we've identified the problem, and we have collectively decided to act. So why is nothing happening? That's a serious question. A great deal of effort is expended on raising awareness, but I would like to suggest that sometimes our problem-solving impulses can get stuck on the wrong goals. Awareness is not the issue. We've already convinced people that something needs to change. So if nothing changes, we have to wonder, why is the will of the people not being translated into action? Text missing from art. She's also capable of being devastatingly sarcastic, but that's another story for a book. Maybe the problem is that they didn't have enough hope. They could see the problems, but they couldn't imagine that one day those problems could be solved. It's easy enough for people to get lost in their problems of the present, that they think nothing will ever change. They lost hope because the historical circumstances they found themselves in encouraged despair. But that in turn meant that conditions could not change. How do you go against history itself? From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 372. Yemo died today. One moment he was there, welding a joint on the upper levels of the tower, and the next he was gone. One careless step, that's all it took. A thing that brought him to the dam, but even Cornelius couldn't help. Yemo is gone. Now there's only 12 of us. I think about Yemo every day. So do I. You did nothing wrong. You weren't even there. I was.
This is a design for an improved charging station. Fascinating, but not relevant.
Ooh. Got another Miranda sighting out here.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
You know, a couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city, just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures are overgrown? It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know if it happened while the structure was still operational or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way, and history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
Better get you over here. I'm probably going to need you. But maybe not.
The particle clouds continue to be exactly the same.
Up here. Ah, the terminal.
One day, undoubtedly, an expedition will pass by this island. It will seek to document facts and statistics to enumerate reasons for us not to look more closely. That is what we do now. We seek facts rather than truth, because truth might frighten and unsettle the comfortable people who like to sit in their conference rooms and debate which corners we should cut today. These people like to imagine the chaos that could come one day, like a comforting fairy tale of distant darkness. But they do not see the chaos that is at our walls right now. The chaos that also lives within us. A force that is both necessary and appalling.
There's the Sphinx. Huh. That is not what I was expecting. Need to do. Get the teleporter over there, which I can do. Fuck. Take the fan. Basically nothing to that one. Witnessing all the incredible technology discovered by the expedition has given me an idea for something we could do if we had the resources and energy. Are you ready to hear this? Are you ready for this? Taste buds. Seriously. How have we gone so long without something our ancestors considered so essential? Don't you want to know what pizza tastes like? What it's like to eat chocolate? Have an apple? What the deal is with fizzy drinks? I mean, come on. That's fun. The sheer range of new experiences. It's almost overwhelming just to imagine it. Please, please, please let this happen. Why change ourselves when we are what we are meant to be? You know we're all upgraded, right? This isn't our original design in the first place. And what's next? We start killing animals again just to have the pleasure of tasting them? We cover the earth in fields like our ancestors did, subjugate the natural world for our own greed. Beautifully put, 1K. We could do smelling too. It'd be like, I'd like to know what cat fur smells like. And after that, new senses that old school humans never had. The possibilities are endless. We've already done that. Please, back up. Yes, back up. Witcheroo. Ah. There we go. Let me hide up so I can actually see this. stand up here with the tripod, can I? Not even close. Huh. Huh. Can't share the top of the box with one of these teleporters, or one of the beams. Huh. This one here seems so simple. Yet, I almost feel like I'm missing a piece. Doesn't lower this one. first puzzle has taken us more than 20 minutes to solve. Well, that's definitely something. Alright, let's restart checkpoint. Switcheroo. Oh. Maybe my brain is already mush for the day, but I don't see any options. Puzzle is this? 8.
Everything okay? He blamed Byron for being headstrong and foolish, which I don't see it quite the same way, but it's easy to understand why the mayor would think that. It wasn't hard to convince him that we can't leave Byron behind, though. You may not agree with Herman on a lot of issues, 1K, but he's not a bad person. He's doing his best in a difficult situation. I hope so.
Yeah, we've already been through that one.
Why do you ask? Just because I believe we don't need to expand and dominate everything doesn't mean I want us to go extinct. I know there are people who think that way, but if I care about other species going extinct, why wouldn't I care about this one? Seems irrational to me. He was the third to be born, after Athena and Eustathius. He was an important figure in New Jerusalem's early history, almost as important as Athena. But after she vanished, he faded into the background. I don't think anyone suspected he knew where she was. I didn't know him that well, but he was always very calm, very thoughtful. Everyone respected him. I do. Although I prefer the term interactive fiction. It's better at capturing what this art form really is. Storytelling, but with a completely different underlying structure. As a category, it's more equivalent to poetry or the novel, rather than, say, film. Anything else? It makes me wonder why people always think they know better than nature. He was in charge of planning New Alexandria. It was his mistake that led to the disaster. After that, he retired from public affairs and dedicated himself to his studies. Well, they've experienced a lot more hardship and tragedy than most of us. I think it's understandable that they choose to focus on their personal interests. You mean, am I unduly influenced by my experiences? Unable to imagine the better future Byron wanted because I'm too traumatized? Could be. But I'd like to think I'm a little more self-aware than that.
Moat interchange. Huh. Oh, I have screwed up. Can I position this in the point where it can hit the boat? Find it unlikely. I can. And now I'm trapped again. Okay, I begin to see what I'm doing wrong. Keeping that back path open is not important. But getting all the tools out is. And we keep that one right there. That one is important. It must stay. That. Here. This. Okay. And now we're done.
That was extremely convoluted.
You must not have been paying attention to the last one, Melville. From back here, I can see that. I don't know if I can hit it, but I can see it. Maybe what I have to do is come over here, grab this, teleport back here. Red. If I remove this, I can't get back here. I don't think if I got it all the way to the back, it would still wouldn't be high enough. Oh. Well, if I pushed the right button there, it would. Maybe I can still save this. You do it from up here. That teleporter is useful for the test, but it is not it is not the key of the test. Alright, let's see if we can go push the buttons. I think we're back here. Also that I need to investigate. Oh, this thing isn't full. So there's a missing one here, and a missing one there. So... Ah. Okay, so that's... like that. Yes. Those three. These two. These two. Okay, the opposite of that. Opposite of that. We haven't even encountered a green beam yet, so...
When the heavens are silent, what is a prophet and what is a tyrant? Get open that. Oh, is it part of the gold puzzle? It must be part of the gold. Minimalism. Okay. Powerful fan.
Take the fan. I don't see that as being terribly helpful. I can see that from the ground. Yeah. Not even close. I come all the way back to here. Yeah. If I go right there. Come back here. Oh. Phew. Now this can be used to put that down. Can be brought to here. Now I can come down here. That's the jammer. Now I can actually see where I want to go. Teleport here. Jam that. Grab the teleport. Looks like I'm sure I'm going to need it. Fan. Okay. Reopen this one over here. No, of course it doesn't. Down here, take the fan, put the fan there. up. Now, this side over here should be open. There we go. Bonsai. That one wasn't too bad. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, still gotta do the beam to up. None of the puzzles had the availability of a green beam. There's the Sphinx. Other one is over here. Contact point is under there. So. Huh. Have any more questions? Yeah.
Welcome back, creature of clay. The forge burns bright, but the sky is troubled with clouds. A mortal has ascended Olympus without the permission of Zeus. Your friend wanders in dreams, caught between moments. He stands upon the bridge between yesterday and tomorrow, his eyes fixed upon the surface of the sun, and so the workings of Olympus are disrupted. Pandora, fearing the wrath of the gods, has broken the paths to ascension. Only Prometheus can help you, for he has always favored humankind over the gods, and would see Olympus pass into your hands. But he is bound in the heart of the mountain. Break his chains, and he will show you the way.
I think it's safe to assume that Olympus is the entity's term for the megastructure. It looks like our best chance of rescuing Byron is finding Prometheus and freeing him.
How do you free a weird, glowing ghost thing?
I suspect these entities exist within the megastructure systems, and what we're seeing is just how they manifest to communicate with us.
I don't really care what they are. For now, let's play along.
I'm starting to think that this one might not actually, like this shrine might not be doable until we can access the golden puzzles. Because there was no green anywhere. I want to say when I was over here, I saw green on the golden puzzle. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. No, we're going to do a little more looking around. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to hug the left. And see if maybe there's just an area we haven't gotten to or we didn't find initially. Because the last few areas we've been through have had kind of secret areas that are kind of well hidden. Like, I don't know what benefit there is to being able to come over here, but we've come over here. Oh. Okay. But this might be one of those where we have to find the green beam and bounce it all over the place. We found the anchor before. Okay, that might be something. I want to say this puzzle up here at the top was the one with the thing that shoots through metal. Yes, it is. Whoa. I actually need out here. Go over here. That does stuff. Aha! I found the green. Now the question is, where do I shoot it? I know this thing here can access the green. Oh. Must be another one somewhere. Or maybe I just have to place this one up here and find another spot over there and catch on to it. Is this one with the... Doesn't look like it. I can see it though. I'm not sure if there's anything that's actually closer than this spot here. It's being blocked by his hand. That's the problem. Could get a eye. Because I could have sworn when I was moving things around that we popped on something. Aha. Come on. You're up there. Got a green beam going all the way up to the sky now. That one should actually be reachable somewhere. Here might be doable. If there are... I don't see any reflectors in here. And now I can't see the sky, see what the sky beam is. It's over there. Alright, what about down here? You see up there. Down so low, again, I can't see it. Not sure where it is. There are none here in Dying. Know that. Falling down here was not good. Down here, at the very least, could I take you and connect you to the spot by the hand? Yes. This one can see the hand. Get a box and put it on top of a box. Just in case. Okay. Got that connected to the hand. Now I need to head back over here. Toward where the sky beam is. Maybe that one back there in the back. That one doesn't have beam. Yeah, I'm standing directly underneath the green. I feel like I can actually see that one from here. Might be being hidden by that tree. I've got to get myself some landmarks or something. Because everything's kind of looking the same to me. Okay, we know there's nothing over here that's helpful. But we can see where this is. There's the one we're trying to connect. There's that right there. I'm standing here looking south-southwest. If I can get down there and look south-southwest, maybe we can see. here, they don't give me direction. That rock right there. Yeah. There. That one was a struggle. Not that I'm complaining, but it was a struggle. Now, how do I get over there?
If humankind had no more cause for war, it would make war for sport instead.
Alright, that is probably about as much as we need to do for tonight. Make sure we've done everything here. Go ahead and move to the next area.
You know, I always kind of resented Byron for being so charming and charismatic. The dashing explorer. And one of the first companions, too. Being the voice of caution is not a fun role to play. Always having to be the responsible one, the killjoy. The one who says, maybe that's too much. But sometimes it is too much.
It's not your fault, Al.
Oh, lovely. This was the jungle.
In this area, we have an especially weird problem. Something in one of the labs is going completely bananas, and I can't shut it down because I'm not, well, you. Come find me when you're ready. What is it with the language libraries and bananas?
Come on, out with it. What's the problem?
I know you're very busy, but you need to pay more attention to what's happening. Everything's slowing down. People are losing track of the bigger picture.
They're still traumatized by New Alexandria.
It's more than that. When I organized the last expedition, I had real trouble finding volunteers. There's no enthusiasm for the outside world anymore. They want to look away from history, pretend there's no past and no future. I'm really worried, Athena.
Okay. I promise I'll look into it as soon as I'm done with this.
Most of my goal is to find the lab. And take care of that before we call it tonight. No, not accessing that. Leave it as a question mark on the map. No, I don't feel like doing a lot more reading tonight. Voice is getting a little kind of shot. But I do want to see what's going on with the lab. And get our vision. I found another car. Got a question mark way the hell over here. This one, okay, it's another Pandora. That's the terminal we found a few minutes ago, wasn't it? This looks promising. Or not. I can just go right up this brick wall. I see beams bouncing all over the place. If this next one isn't it, we're gonna have to call it. We'll just find it next week when I'm more up to reading. I mean, there's gonna be reading in the lab anyway. That's better scanner. Got an arcade machine. That counts for something.
There you are. Good.
What's happening?
Inside this lab, there's a machine. As usual, I have no idea what it is. Some sort of generator, if I had to guess. When Byron got stuck in the system, it went haywire. It's currently outputting enough energy to power all of New Jerusalem twice. As you can imagine, that's causing quite a bit of interference. You go in there and you switch it off. Shouldn't be hard.
That's a lot of juice there, Melville. I don't want to touch it, but there we go. Text adventure. Credits. Alex 16. Okay. We're going to back out. Somewhere a little less crazy. And we're going to call it here for today. And I will be back on Thursday with more Final Fantasy X-2. So until then, guys, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all next time. And have a good night.